The Stone and Wood story began when the three of us, who had worked for many years in both small and large breweries here and overseas, decided to quit working for the man, shed the corporate garbage and do our own thing. We realised that after 60 or more years of consolidation in the Australian brewing industry, we had lost most of what we thought was important. That essence of a brewery being part of a local community, something that people could take pride in and something that supported the people who supported it. That sense of real personal connection. One brewery closure after another had shifted the production of local beers to far-flung parts of the country. Breweries had severed their ties with their local communities. We couldn't just sit back and watch that essential part of our society disappear. When we founded Stone and Wood, we set out to create a brewery that reflects the best of what this industry is really about. A brewery that has a real purpose, to be an important part of a community, to brew beer that reflects our philosophy, something that brings to life the combination of what was really great about traditional village breweries and what a contemporary business should be. Setting up Stone and Wood here in Byron Bay was about realising this local community would be open to what we're about. The community here in the Northern Rivers was ahead of its time. It got off the bus, so to speak, just as the world was starting to go a little mad. They wanted to maintain that sense of connection to their natural surroundings and each other, and now, as a much wider portion of the population is striving to go back to their roots, this region presents itself as a nirvana, an idyllic retreat from this modern world we've created. Our brewing philosophy at Stone and Wood is based on brewing beer that makes the most of the natural ingredients available today. Beer that simply lets the flavours and aromas of the ingredients shine through by keeping the processes to a minimum. Beer that is simply good to drink. We make handcrafted beer using natural ingredients in a brewhouse that's free from automation. It's the brewer that's in control, guiding the ingredients through the process, not a piece of software. This means that occasionally there will be some slight variation from batch to batch. We love this element of our beer because it's a sensory reminder that it's been made by a person. Even with the opening of our second brewery, our hands-on approach and the way we produce our beer will not change. Sure, we value consistency, but we don't mind when our beer provides a small surprise for those who drink it regularly, like an extra punch of hop aroma or a slightly richer malt profile. After all, these are the things that give beer real character. Don't get us wrong, this isn't an excuse for producing mediocre beer. There's a huge difference between a beer that proudly wears the mark of being handmade and one that just isn't up to scratch. We will continue to batch brew and celebrate the small differences that come with this method, but we also have extremely high standards when it comes to quality. So each Stone and Wood beer has a definite appearance, aroma and flavour profile. We have great friendships and connections with our customers, the people who put their heart and soul into their passions of running bars, restaurants, pubs and bottle shops. We can brew our beer and move it around, but we recognise and value the people who sell our beer to our loyal drinkers, or in fact introduce it to those who are yet to stumble across it. As a brewery that was born and raised in Byron Bay, we have been inspired by our surroundings and the local culture. There is a natural, grounded element to living and working in this special part of the world. We have learnt to let go of the need to be the biggest or the best, and to simply focus on being good. Our ingrained program keeps us committed to giving back to the community by supporting local pursuits and the people and groups in need. We have a team program called Brew Life, which includes an employee ownership program where after a year's service, each employee has the opportunity to become a partner in Stone and Wood. As we grow, we are determined to hold tight to our beliefs, and we realise that we are still a very small fish in a very big pond. After all, we have to brew all year to create the same amount of beer that the big breweries produce in one day. The brewery and our beers are an expression of the Stone and Wood approach to life, trying to take things slow and keep it simple, and understanding that less is more. Less is more means that beers don't have to be huge and bold to have flavour and character. It says that having less beers in our range gives us more time to make sure that what we brew is right. It says that being part of your local community does more good than being big.